Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see you here. This video is all about panic attacks, what they are, what they look like from an energetic perspective, how they feel like in the moment when you're going through them. And if you're here listening to this, then I'm sure that's something you already know. But more importantly, why it's difficult to get out of them once you're in them, and how you can use energy techniques, simple follow along energy medicine, to shift out of a panic attack in the moment so you get your control back, so you get your wisdom back, and also how to reprogram your body and your energetic system so that you don't suffer from panic attacks as much or at all in the future. I hope that sounds good. I'm Dr. Leonie Morris. I'm an energy expert. I'm an energy psychologist and an energy medicine practitioner. I've been a psychologist for over 30 years, so I'm sharing some very real experience with you. So first of all, what is a panic attack? So in energetic terms, a panic attack is when all of your energy is shifted upwards fast and furious, and you'll feel that heat rising. So what should normally happen in your energetic system is the energy comes from the heavens, down through the crown of your head, through your physicality, all the way through your body and into Mother Earth. And then there's a reciprocal energetic movement in the opposite direction from the earth up your body. So you've got two streams of energy flowing beautifully. In a panic attack, the energy that normally comes from up here and flows downwards is flipped. And it literally has all of your energy rising, bubbling up, effervescing almost. If you could see it, it's almost like you're boiling. There's so much energy around your heart space and flowing upwards, so much so that you get a constriction and a blockage. So if you think about your body shape, it's bigger here and it comes to a smaller point in your neck. Your neck is literally a bottleneck for all of that energy that's fizzing up. So you get a tightness in your chest and you start to get that very light breathing where you're starting to take in too much oxygen for your body to cope with. And that's when your muscles start to do that horrible kind of clenching thing, because you're literally too oxygenated and your muscles start to clench and spasm. So it feels like you want to go to the toilet, you feel like you can't breathe, you feel super hot and you get sweaty and clammy, because it's literally the energy of heat rising. Have you ever noticed how you quite often, if you look back through your anxiety and your panic attack, it gets worse in the seasons, in the months of the year when it's hot? I know I used to suffer from panic attacks, normally triggered by having too much to do. So I'm a perfectionist and a pleaser, a high achiever. And I'm sure there's many of you people who are just like that. So many of us are programmed to achieve and to please those of us who we love. It's a natural thing. That's how we assume that we get love back. We don't need to do all of that pleasing. We don't need to do all that high achieving. But quite often when you're taking on new things, new challenges, it all just gets too much. But when you couple that with the heat of summer, which we're in now, then your heat, the heat of the outside world, the heat in the energy system that surrounds us, is literally overwhelming. So it's making your creaks and your cracks a lot worse. So if you normally worry a bit and you get a bit anxious, the heat rising can literally almost swell that into the overwhelming feeling of a panic attack. So you look back and ask yourself, when was the last time you had a panic attack? And do you get more panic attacks in the heat? And I want to really underline that, because panic attacks are not your fault. It's your energy system going into disarray, falling out of cohesion. So when you're feeling good, both emotionally and physically, your energy is flowing up from Mother Earth and down from the heavens, and you have that beautiful, calming, smooth flow. When you're in a panic attack, one of those energy systems is flipped, and you've got so much energy fizzing and bubbling up that you literally can't breathe. And what you're doing is you're disconnecting your heart space, the wisdom of your heart, with your brain, with your head space. And when you can no longer connect to your own wisdom, you can no longer connect to your own rationality, your own logic, you lose all touch with reality. And that's why when you're panicking, you can get that really negative thought storm. So if in the normal world, you quite often have an inner critic and negative thoughts, those thoughts suddenly start swirling and coming back at you and hitting you over and over again. You're not worthy, you're not good enough, you can't do this, I'm a mess, and it literally bubbles over. And I'm sure you felt that. And I think that explanation probably shares with you what it feels like to have a panic attack. And if you recognize that, if that resonates with you, then listen in, because I want to share some really simple tools to bring you back to a grounded state, to reconnect your energy into balance and cohesion. So I'm sharing this because of particular requests. So it is the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the summer right here in the UK. And so many people have asked me recently about how to handle a panic attack. So this is for you guys. Please listen to this, follow along, and help yourself in the moment so that you're regrounding your energy. So let me explain up front. Your energy in a panic attack is no longer grounded. You're no longer having that beautiful flow downwards. That's why you don't feel centered. That's why you're not in touch with your calm inner space and your wisdom. And that's why you're in a panic attack. It's very difficult to get out of it. And most people have been told that it's your thoughts, it's your thinking that has got you there, and it's your thinking that has you stuck there. Well, energy comes before your thoughts. Energy comes before your feelings. So if you're in a panic attack, it's because your energy is out of cohesion. And when you shift your energy back into balance, you'll find space in your head. You'll refocus with a rational thinking and your wisdom, and you'll know that your thoughts are not the truth. And it's much easier to get back into a space of I'm okay and deal with yourself in the moment so that you're mastering that sense of panic. We've talked about what a panic attack is and how you experience it and why it's tricky to shift it. So let's now move on to some simple energy techniques to support you when you're going through a panic attack. So as I've said, you're in a space where your thinking is not working for you. Your head and your heart aren't connected. You've got a congestion of energy here. So first of all, we want to create space. So literally we're just rub your hands together. You may not think of this in the moment, but we're just clearing energetic debris and getting your hands into their open state to shift the energy. Now, what I want you to do is to grab one hand around the back of your neck, and we're literally raking around your neck to release the blockage and create space. And if you don't like to touch your neck, some people don't, we're shifting the energy so you can shift it up sort of an inch or so away from your neck. And we'll do the same the other side. So I'm lifting my head out the way so you can see hair out the way. Just grab your neck and pull a foot, pulling it around your neck and allowing the energy to flow. And you can even do a stretch. Taking a deep breath as you do. And stretch it the other way. Stretch it diagonally. And then the other diagonal. And as you're creating those stretches and getting the energy to flow, you already start to feel that you've actually got some release and some lightness and some space in your neck. We're just going to carry that on across the whole of our chest to release the blockage there. So pressing your fingertips in and raking across. Fingertips to the breastbone, raking across. Fingertips in, raking across. Fingertips in and raking. Just go over that a couple of times. as hard or as soft as it feels good to you. We're all different, and this is about tuning in and becoming your own expert. So roll your shoulders, and what we're doing is getting some mobility back. So when you're in that space of panic, as I've said, your muscles are clenching because you've got too much oxygen just stuck. So we've released that space. Now I want you to cross your hands over your chest like this, but just tuck your hands almost a bit like claws into this space, the side seam where your arm meets your body. We'll just take 5 deep breaths together. This is a really important space to connect your energy, to connect with the energy in your body. And by doing this, by putting those charged up hands there, your finger pads into that seam, we're literally inviting your energy to shift back in a downwards flow to ground and to center. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And make that as audible as you like. Sometimes an ah is really soothing. Breathing in. And it's good to make that exhale as long as you can. And you will feel that your consciousness is almost dropping down into your heart space, lower down into your belly. As your energy shifts into a downward flow, you are repatterning your energy, reprogramming your energy field to shift down, to ground, to find your space, to find your calm and your wisdom. Breathing in through your nose, holding it, and release. And now we're just going to connect your energy systems to continue that reprogramming of encouraging your energy to flow downwards and to ground. So we'll keep one hand here, or you can even put it in some finger pads like this in a little semicircle, and one pad up here. Actually start at the crown of your head. We're connecting your core energy systems, connecting your heart and your head, or reconnecting after you've lost that connection when you're in that state of panic. Breathing in through your nose. Now flatten your hand to your head, breathing into your through your nose. Shift this hand to your lower belly, breathing in through your nose. Now I want you to put your hands flat like this, starting at your belly. As you breathe in, bringing them all the way up to your head, and turning them to face the floor as you breathe out. And as you breathe out, imagining that you've got the light flowing down, pushing the energy downwards. Breathing in and hold, shift it downwards. One more time, really imagining that energy flowing gently upwards now. Hold and flowing down. Shaking it off and ending over your heart space. And I hope you can really tune into yourself and feel how much you've calmed down. So if you do that exercise, the moment you start to feel that panic rising, you will stop the panic attack coming on full form. You will just stop it in its flow and get back to your calmer self. If you forget, you can do this even when you're feeling the panic starting to really build. It's literally calming you back into a state where your parasympathetic system is in tune with you. You're slowing yourself, calming your breathing, calming your body, calming your nervous system. Parasympathetic, para for parachute, your own safety net. Let me know how that goes for you, and do that as much as you can. Do it every day, because it's a wonderful way to reprogram your energetic body so that you no longer suffer from those panic attacks. Tell me how you get on. I'd love to hear how that feels for you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe so other people who are suffering also hear this, because remember, it's not your fault. The heat of the moment is just opening up the emotional cracks that you already have. And when you reprogram your energy, you can let go of that negative thinking, tune into your wisdom, and find your calm. Thank you so much for listening.